Hi, I'm Dave Clow from J.Laverack in a very sunny Rutland. Today we're going to do a deep dive on Oli Laverack's GRiT AM64. We commissioned this frame for Oli to tackle the Rapha Pennine Rally in 2024. So if you don't know about the Rapha Pennine Rally, it's a 500-kilometre off-road self-supported ride from Edinburgh to Manchester. It goes over the Pennines and there's some really gnarly sections, hence the need to go for a suspension fork. The heart of the build is our AM64 frame. So AM stands for additive manufacturing and 64 references 6.4 grade 5 titanium. Basically, 3D printed titanium lugs joined with titanium tubes. So Oli had a bike fit, we designed the frame for him, and then all the lugs are designed bespoke to Oli, so you can get a custom geometry. If you'd like to read more about Oli's Rapha Pennine adventure, click the link in the description. We've got a full write-up and there's some really handy tips in there, like where he stayed and all the kit that he took with him as well. We designed the geometry of Oli's frame to work with a RockShox Rudy fork. It's got a bit of suspension, it smoothed some of the rough stuff out for him over the few days that he was riding. And then moving around to the front of the bike, we went with a Era GR50 carbon wheel. So it's quite a deep section, but quite wide wheel. Oli, for this ride, decided that 47mm tyre clearance was enough for his adventure. But importantly, we can design the GRiT around a wider tyre if that's what you're looking for. So moving on, Hope brake calipers, 4-pot brake calipers, so loads of braking power there. Also a chance to add a bit of colour, which I think pops really nicely on this bike. So nice bit of purple. It's got black piston caps as well, which I think is a really nice thing. Looking at the front here, we've got our 3D printed embossed head badge design, super trick. We used an NV in-route system, but of course ignore this brake hose. We couldn't actually hide this brake hose because it works with this suspension fork, but rear brake hose totally hidden. Group set, he went for a GRX 2xDi2. So you've got, of course, got the 4831 front chain rings, 1134 at the back. So a nice big gear for his climbing, of which there was a lot of climbing. Some of them were more like walks actually. So we've got some cool pictures of Oli on that. So you have to check those out in the gallery. For the pedals, Oli opted for Garmin Rally dual-sided power pedals. These are really helpful, especially in the early stages of a ride like this, so you can moderate your effort and not go too hard up the first climb, which will definitely catch you out later in the ride. He's got 3 bottle cage mounts, the lower one a keg for his tools. You probably won't want to put water down there, but it's just, yeah, some of the tools, he kept the weight nice and low on the bike. This is our pave finish frame with the Art Deco style graphics, so like a minimised graphics package. So for big rides like the Rapha Pennine Rally and other rides like that, multi-day trips, storage, where do you put all your stuff? It's a really big decision to make. Oli's gone for the tail fin setup. So really lovely rack, just beautifully designed and manufactured. We really like the tail fin kit. No requirement for rack mounts on the frame, it mounts straight to the axle. A top tube bag for his essentials, probably a few jelly babies in there, and then a frame pack here to put some extra stuff. Oli was travelling fairly light because he was staying in B&Bs, but of course, you know, there is an option to put extra panniers on here if you were camping, for example. So some of the technology on the bike, Oli went for exposure lights, which you don't have on here, and then a Wahoo for his navigation. Pretty much wraps up the bike. There is a gallery entry on our website that goes really to town on the spec of this bike, including a massive kit list of everything that he took. So that might be really interesting if you're thinking about doing similar rides to that. If you're planning your own gravel adventure ride for this year or next year, why not get in touch? We can chat about, you know, the ideal rig for your event. We've got lots of experience in this now. So yeah, drop us a message. Thanks for watching.